So, welcome friends, welcome back. So finally, I have Supro with me again. He went AWOL from last 2 3 weeks, and I was doing this match day reviews alone. But this week, I got him back. I pulled him back. That I need him, this time for doing the recording. And I was not even getting time talk to Zafar as well. So it was just all alone me doing the reviews. But this time, for a change, we have Supro. Welcome back, Supro, to our Total
Yeah,
Football
it's
channel.
good to be back. I think the daylight savings definitely helped in getting me back.
Yeah,
It becomes very late
yeah,
during the
it,
match
it, it does
days.
become very late, and it just screws up the schedule as well. But
Yes.
having said that, we had a big match day in Bundesliga. So many big scoring games. I think just apart from Union and one more game, Hamburg Augsburg game, every game saw at least 3 goals in total. It was only this game which was bit on the sus side. Rest 7 games were high scoring games.
Yeah, it
So
was very, very active
yeah,
Bundesliga weekend.
yeah, and to be honest, I think one more factor now is that top four race and the race to survive the relegation is hitting up like anything as well. So there has been
Correct.
quite a few changes. So we'll start with the first game. That's Frankfurt versus Cologne. Cologne being the relegation battling side here, and then we have Frankfurt who looked out of shape, but then Albert Riera took over, and he was a winning spree. To be honest, at home he won all the games at home, but Cologne heroically got a point of them. Just the game which happened like an hour back or so.
Yes. And I mean, Frankfurt, like they have been like a very on and off kind of season. So in the midway season, they're going to replace Dino Toffolo with Riera. They're having a good run, but then again, I think last match they also before the winter break they lost, and this time they have drawn 2-2. I mean, it does not affect them ambitions for the rest of the season. I think they'll be qualifying for a Europa League spot, but I think
I
one
think
point for
Conference League,
Cologne is
not Europa, Conference League.
yeah, conference, correct, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, Conference leagues spot, but I think the 1 point which Cologne got right now is very maybe worth millions for them
yeah.
right
Right
now.
now, they need all the points they can get. To be honest,
Yeah,
Phil
correct.
Bonney on the commentary was mentioning, if you had given the Cologne a point before the start of the game, they would have taken it happily, given their situation,
Yes.
given their current situation.
Yeah, I
So
think like if they get we have 6 matches left. If they get 6 draws, I think they'll be fairly safe from relegation. So yeah.
yeah, but about the UECL spot, that race is heating up. To be honest, Frankfurt, Freiburg, and surprise package, a team who was battling relegation at the start of the winter after the winter break, they are now competing for the UECL spot. So Frankfurt are on
Correct.
37 points, Mainz 33, Mainz are on 33, and Freiburg are on 30. Sorry, I misread it. Frankfurt 39,
Correct.
Freiburg 37, and Mainz 33. It's just a 6 point difference. With six
Right.
match days to go, it can spin anyways. Uh, but
Totally.
but to be honest, we have to give it to Albert Riera. He has been playing a very balanced football, not going for all kill. He has brought that defensive stability back with whatever resources they have right now. Uh,
Yes.
and at home they were I mean they were on a winning streak, but like I said, Cologne has got it, and then Burkhardt and Kalimandu got 2 goals for Frankfurt. It looked like an easy victory, but then Cologne didn't give up with Kaminski and Montes. They got 2 goals back, and then now they went away with a point. I think that's a huge point for them, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm,
So moving to our next game, I mean, I didn't watch this game, Union versus St Pauli. I was a bit busy and I just saw the highlights. It didn't look like a game in which much happened. But I think you should watch the goal of Lage, which he scored in 16th minute to give St Pauli the lead. That was the goal to watch. It was an absolute banger, which gave them the lead. And then Ilicic equalized for Union in 52nd minute. And then Union had a chance to win with a sitter, but then they missed a glorious opportunity. And Saint Pauli, they are looking in danger right now. They are on that relegation playoff spot, that is 16th with 25 points.
absolutely. Absolutely. And like it's going to be difficult for them. It's always difficult for the promoted clubs in general because they don't get much finances to actually
Yeah,
restructure their teams. So like unless they're having a really good manager who is able to bind the team together, and it's like we had with Union Berlin a few seasons back when they got promoted. So otherwise, it's very difficult in general.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
out
yeah.
of every two, usually like the 16th in the Bundesliga
It's
stays in
safe.
the Bundesliga through
Yeah, it's
the
safe. Yeah, yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
So whoever is coming, the two teams which come in general, mostly both of them get relegated
Yep,
within
yep,
1 or 2 seasons back. So
yep,
I
yep,
mean,
yep, yep.
it's a very common phenomena. And
And there was a debate on that as well some time back that Bundesliga should scrap off this relegation playoff zone because playoff match because most of the times, like you mentioned, that 16th place side beats the two dot Bundesliga third place side,
correct.
so it is heavily unmatched tie. So, but let's see how it goes because I think in two dot Bundesliga right now, Elfsberg are on third position right now, so they have some academy. So let's see if they can challenge whosoever is on 16th position and if Elfsberg stay there on the third position into the Bundesliga. So that was our other game which happened today on Sunday. Now moving to the game which happened last night, Dortmund versus Stuttgart. This was a game, which Dortmund somehow show their killing instincts, when they are playing for the top four race. When they
Yes.
they have to score, secure that top four race. I really don't know where these killing instincts of Dortmund hide when they are playing, the Champions League football or going for the challenge. What are your thoughts on that? I really want to hear from you on this.
Yeah, I mean, like, hope or by hope they make sure, like, they reach top four. I mean, probably it's like, I mean, probably the biggest bonuses for the players in the contracts might be related to top four
Yes, seriously,
finish,
man.
which might be motivating them in this
Seriously.
manner. So, like, I
Like,
mean, they do really know how to pull this off, and they've been pulling it for well over a decade and a half now. So,
yeah.
uh, I mean, it's
I mean,
difficult to
I
understand the voodoo and magic behind how
I
this is happening. But yeah, 90 plus 4 and 90 plus 6. I mean,
I mean, where were they versus Atlanta? Where was this Union
exactly.
versus Atlanta? What?
I
I
mean,
mean,
like it is very horrific, like the manner in which they lost to Atlanta. Like, I mean, I understand like Bayern Munich are vastly superior side compared to Atlanta or even Dortmund, but Dortmund challenged Bayern Munich better than they challenged Atlanta, which I feel Atlanta were quite a few notches below even standard Bundesliga fixtures that we keep playing. But the Dortmund in Dortmund, they turn up in occasions where
no, I mean,
people
seriously.
don't expect them to turn up, and then they don't turn up when they're expected to turn up. Yeah.
I mean, especially, when they were already out of DFB Pokal. So that was the only knockout tournament they were playing at that point of time. But having said that, Stuttgart dominated the ball yesterday. I mean, day
Absolutely.
before
Like if
yesterday.
you see the stats, Stuttgart had 19 shots to 4. for
Yeah,
Dortmund. So out
yeah.
of four, like they're three on target, out of which two were converted into goals. So
I was watching the game.
this is
I watched the complete second half. They literally did not create any chance for whole 90 minutes. They literally didn't create anything. And out of the sudden, in 90 plus 2, Adiyami pops up. He scores a beautiful finish. And then Brandt. I mean, he is leaving by end of the season. We know that by now. But you should watch his finish, man. What a beautiful goal he scored from that.
yeah, it was a good goal,
It was an
and both the
acute
goals
and yeah,
which were scored were nice.
yeah. But I think this defeat is gonna sting
Stuttgart,
Stuttgart, because now they are in a. I mean, that top four race is heating up between Stuttgart, Leipzig, and Hoffenheim. Suddenly,
correct.
Stuttgart are below Hoffenheim on Leipzig on fourth. Leipzig has jumped up to third point. Talking about their game next, so they were up against Bremen, which is a relegation battling side. But they also, I mean, Bremen put up a good fight. They didn't give too many chances to Leipzig, but Leipzig was able to knock off 2-1 victory versus Bremen with Musa and Romelu scoring 2-0, and then Musa from the Bremen, he scored like in 90 plus 4. It was inconsequential by them. But
I mean, Bremen actually had a really good game by the standards, and considering it was Leipzig as an opponent, you can probably draw parallels to the Dortmund Stuttgart game also.
mhm,
I mean, it's just like the team with the superior players want to
yep,
share greater mentality.
exactly, no doubt about that. But then this gave them a big, push to the third. Although there is no point difference between Stuttgart and Leipzig, but then psychologically they are on third with a better goal difference of +1 between them, and then so that third, fourth, because I do not see Bundesliga getting the fifth position in UCL. I mean, for the Champions League spots next season, because our
It's difficult.
major contenders are out. Only Mainz, Freiburg, and Bayern Munich are left in Europe. Unless all three go on a winning spree and reach their respective finals, that's the only chance I see it. Otherwise, Spain is gonna seal that second position again uh,
Yes.
in the coefficients. So, but Hoffenheim, I'm talking about their game next. Last 3 to 4 game days, I mean, did I jinx them when I say that they are looking good for Champions League? Since then, they have
Uh,
been in a terrible form, to be honest. Thrashed by Leipzig 5-0, and then now losing to Mainz 2-1, that too at home. Suddenly, they are looking in a spot to bother, to be honest.
uh, yeah, I mean that is there, but I think if you look at Hoffenheim, I think they play Augsburg next, followed by Dortmund, and I think they have Hamburg left alongside VfB Stuttgart and Werder Bremen. So yeah, I mean there were two tough fixtures,
Yeah, that
two top
Dortmund
four
fixture.
teams to be
Yep.
played. So it may be a bit, it might get a bit difficult towards the end.
Yes, exactly. And I think I won't be surprised if suddenly Leverkusen also catches on them, because there is just 1 point difference between Hoffenheim and Leverkusen left.
And next
So
weekend, actually, there's a big game like Leverkusen are facing Dortmund. So
Dortmund,
that,
yeah,
yes,
that's a huge game in respect to the Champions League spots. But I'm feeling a bit sad for Hoffenheim. I mean,
absolutely.
I was rooting for them to go through the top four and play Champions League. I find them exciting, but I kind of hate them for how they conduct their business with all the money they have. But they still are an exciting team to watch, to be honest. But I think they are in big danger of missing the Champions League spots right now.
That
They,
is very much possible.
yeah, and from Leverkusen, So did they play a tennis game, or were they playing football
Totally.
only?
I mean, obviously it was happening at the same time as Bayern Freiburg. So I was
Yeah.
watching Bayern Freiburg, but every time on hot mob when I'm checking the scores of and the numbers have changed.
It really was a tennis game, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect tennis score for sure.
So
Uh,
a double break for Wolfsburg, and then uh, uh, Leverkusen going on like four consecutive breaks, and then getting the match 6-3. I mean, Wolfsburg, man, did you see that video where uh, Amora and someone who was, yeah, Amora and Shoza, they literally were about to exchange hands after the fourth goal, which Wolfsburg considered. So
no, I actually did not see the video,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
they were
I'll
very
check.
close to exchanging blows, to be honest. So they had a 3-1 lead, a very good 3-1 lead, to be honest. But then Grimaldo had a brace, one from the spot, and one very very good sniper finish by him. And then in second half, it all crumbled like pace of a pack of cards, to be honest, for Wolfsburg. I mean, they are going down. I mean, I
Yeah,
hope.
I mean, it's very difficult considering because I think Heidenheim are already done.
Yeah, they
Heidenheim are done, and Wolfsburg at 21 points. Just they have a gap of 4 points to St Pauli. So
they
I
have to
mean,
go on, like they have to win like next at
I
least
mean,
three games out
if
of
I
six.
if we check Wolfsburg fixtures, they play Frankfurt next match day, followed by Union Berlin, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then it will be Freiburg and Matchday 33 Bayern, Matchday 34 St Pauli. So, like out of all these remaining fixtures, I see the max they can take points from is probably St Pauli and Borussia Mönchengladbach,
Yeah,
based on
I
the
think if they are able
form.
to win three out of six, uh, it might come handy. But then they have to start winning, but which is not looking the case for them, to be honest. It is looking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them winning against likes of Frankfurt or Bayern at this point of time. And
Yep,
Union Berlin, they are they're a good defensive unit as
yeah,
always. So they are
yeah,
difficult to break down. So they, if even if they do not score, they will not concede easily. So
yep,
time and matches are running out for Wolfsburg, so they have to see what they can do
yeah.
in
I
order to
mean,
save themselves.
2009 champions getting relegated in front of our eyes. I
Yeah,
mean, we have heard the stories of Clifton and all those clubs getting relegated, but
correct.
this is something which we will see in front of our eyes. We saw
Right.
them becoming champions in 2009, and they will be going down. It is not looking good for them. It is not looking good. Absolutely not looking good for them. So, I mean, but having said that, I was mentioning other thing in the group as well. Grimaldo to FC Bayern Munich. How does that sound to you?
Well, I'm not averse to the idea. I think because considering Davis's fitness at this point of time, so
And
uh,
Rafa Guerrero leaving,
Grimaldo, I think he's
and
reaching
Guerrero
30. So
Guerrero
yeah,
leaving as well this summer,
correct.
and
So
then
I mean,
Grimaldo.
I think Grimaldo is a free agent in the summer, right? So
No,
like it,
next summer, next summer,
okay.
1 year of
But
contract.
yeah, I mean, the problem is Fernando Caro may be an obstacle. He
Uh,
not
who, who,
want
who,
to sell
who, who knows
to
when
buy.
a player goes on strike? Who knows that? he won't
That's true, but
he won't do that. That's for sure. But I would
yeah,
love to have Grimaldo. To be honest, in this Bayern Munich side, we absolutely lack a technical player in our team. The last proper technical player we had was Mazeroy, and
You're right.
we had Guerrero, who is gonna leave in the summer. And I think that spot of a technical player, a beautiful dead ball master, and he can play that midfield role as well. In,
Best part about having Grimaldo in the team is like I think we get a lot of free kicks outside of the box these days.
yep, yep.
Garcia wingers, so that will become a massive outlet to like. And Grimaldo is a very good converter. Like probably is the best free kick taker active in Europe right now.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
he and Schalsberg are tied with 5 goals each from the free kicks in the Europe.
Yeah, so
So
I think absolutely would be wonderful. I mean, I would love Grimaldo. Like, at Bayern.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, there are more ups than downs of signing him. He had those injury issues, but Touchwood, as a player, Touchwood, he has been pretty much decent in last 2 3 years.
Correct.
So I hope Abel, if Abel stays, first of all, uh, we get a look at him as well. And now moving to the next games. So I mean, Hamburg, Augsburg. Again, I was not able to watch the games, but I just saw the few highlights. It was Chavez who scored for Augsburg first, gave them 1-0 lead. But in second
Right.
half, Stoffer, he got the equalizer, and both teams, got shared the spoils. And then Gladbach versus Hoffenheim versus Mainz. We already discussed. Hoffenheim are on a losing spree in last few match days. And then Gladbach versus Heidenheim. Gladbach again, a side which I don't like them, but I have a soft spot because they are like the old German powerhouses. But it's not looking good for them. I mean, Heidenheim lately has been getting a point from everyone. They are like, we are not going down that easy, scoring here and there, and then Dodge got another assist when he assisted
Right.
Mainka. And then Moya and Honorat scored for Glaba, and Mainka and Bush scored for Heidenheim. Actually, Heidenheim had a 2-1 lead, but then Honorat in 70th minute or so equalized the game, and they again shared the points.
Yes.
So now coming to the game of the match day 28, Bayern versus Freiburg. Initial thoughts. What do you think? How did we play? I want to listen to your rant on it.
I think uh, seeing Goretzka in the starting lineup itself is a bummer. And on top of it, like I think we were lacking all sorts of physicality in the center of the park. Like it was Goretzka, Guerrero, Gnabry.
Yeah,
And I think Guerrero had a very decent game.
he was getting involved in at many points of
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
like
So I think Guerrero had a very decent game, but like you can't have Gnabry as a central striker that definitely does not work out. So he does not have the physicality to hold off the players and
yeah.
stuff like that. So we were like 2 men down when we started playing because Sir Goretzka was brilliant as
I'm,
usual.
I
Uh,
mean,
uh,
very relieved that he's leaving this summer. To be honest,
absolutely, like
I don't know who we are gonna sign, but at least I think uh, we will be. I mean, good luck to him for his future, but I think we will be better off Goretzka.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I mean, it's due to his presence also. Like we are still not getting to see Tom Bischoff getting integrated into the midfield often enough.
Yeah,
And the first time was very scrappy with the strong control and like we were lacking attacking threat also.
I mean it was
So
not even scrappy. I would say we were getting
uh,
dominated by Freiburg. To be honest,
we were dominated. Johan Manzarbi, whoever is signing, they'll have hit a jackpot. Like a brilliant, brilliant player, absolute
yeah,
scored a belt of a goal and
yeah. No, I mean,
I mean the
my biggest
goal.
worry for FC Bayern Munich, like I have been saying this for like, I mean, 6 7 years since Thiago Alcantara left. We have no controller in the game when we are counter pressed.
No,
People don't take this problem like like it is actually a problem. It's a big freaking
exactly.
problem when we are gonna go to those big games. Like Arsenal exposed us like anything in that second half of the Emirates Stadium when we were playing in the league
Correct.
stages, and PSV showed that. Hamburg showed it, and then Augsburg showed it, and now Leipzig showed it. I mean, we won the game 5-1, but it was Leipzig who were all over us in the first half. In the second half, we changed the game.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
since November, December, we have been counter pressed and we were not able to do anything. Absolutely nothing. S- I mean, now we play the Beast of Madrid on Tuesday. I don't know how are we gonna challenge that uh, team if they start pressing properly, man to man press. Even if they do man to man press, I am very worried about our team, and huh, that's a big worry. That's the big
I
weakness.
mean, like, first, there are two aspects to it. Firstly, Madrid, irrespective of their domestic form, like, it's very different to always how they turn up in the UCL. Even if they're beaten like 2 goals down, 3 goals down in the first leg, I think they don't leave the second leg without giving a very frightening fight to the
Yeah,
opponent. So they are absolutely the king masters at
they are
this
team of
level of competition.
many call them. They are team of moments. They just need 20 minutes, and they are gonna kill the game.
Exactly.
So
And the best, I think what worked for them in their favor is like they've done it as a team. I mean, maybe not all the players involved has done it, but few folks, past and present, they have been involved in such moments so many times that the belief is always there. Like they can do it and they can turn up for the occasion, and they keep on taking advantage of it because they're experienced in this moment. So, like mentality wise, they come up superior many a times. Yeah, I mean, counter press, yes, that is going to be an issue. But again, like we'll have, unlike the Arsenal game, uh, this time we'll have Luis Diaz with us on the pitch. So, and if Davis is also starting, I think the right flank for Madrid will be under pressure because both of these players, they are kind of those best beating outlets for Bayern, and if they are available, that will be plus 1 point for Bayern. So I mean, we'll have to see how things work out eventually. I mean, through the middle, obviously, that's going to be a weakness, but we have to play to our strengths in order
yep,
to
yep.
get something
I had to
decent out
discuss
of
this
the night.
Madrid game at the end of it, but now I wanted to discuss the match first, especially Tom Bishop's two strikes. You know, he is like a clean striker of the ball, to be honest. And he mentioned in the interview as well that Kimmich has been asking him to start taking the shots, which he has not been taking, and one with a weak right foot, and one with a strong left foot. A proper sniper finishes.
I
I mean,
mean, it was so good. He had to do it twice. Like both the goals are kind of mirror images on both sides of the
yes, yes,
keeper. So bottom corner finishes and like they were bullets.
yeah.
Like he launched them like they're proper
It
bullets
reminded
and
me of those cruise goals
exactly.
where he used to pick up
And
the corners.
maybe like it was a very frustrating game from the point of view of the Bayern. I think we actually started dominating once Olise, Musiala, Davis,
Came
Pavlovic.
in.
They were on the pitch. So
Yeah, and
probably in the last.
and
15 odd minutes, Bayern actually played their game.
and
And
also, to
yeah,
be honest, Freiburg made a mistake. They stopped pressing as well. That was
exactly.
they got comfortable. They thought they will defend a 2-0 lead versus Bayern, but you know you cannot do that mistake. Our only weakness is counter press. So
Yeah,
we have the players who can break those close spaces. Who can work around in the close spaces. So that was a big mistake which they made.
absolutely. It was a
And
big mistake. And hopefully, this was the match where Tom Bischoff can say he has finally arrived at Bayern Munich, because I rate him very highly as a footballer, and I hope to see him as a cornerstone of this team for the next few years and decade, if not more.
yeah,
Uh, I hope he really shines out, uh, because he has a lot of talent in his belt.
yeah, he has. He's actually a very likable player, and he brought those Goretzka shots as well. That was a moment of the game. I don't know like what's the joke behind that, but
Yeah,
it was very funny moment.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
I was just looking at the stats of uh, Bishop. So he made like four recoveries. No, I mean four defensive recoveries. The problem for me, right now, again, I mean, not being doing criticism of him, he has to get that bit of muscle in him, in which would help him to win the midfield duels. That is
Yeah,
something he has to work on, because he has the passing range, he has the footballing IQ. uh, this is something I really hope he starts to learn as he starts playing more in the midfield zone.
correct. Yep,
and
that's going to be
and
very important.
and then we have one very tough question. What about Manuel Neuer? I mean, he again made two blunders. One right at the start of the game in fourth minute. We escaped there. But the second goal, which Holler scored, it again came from, Noir missing to punch out the ball. And he did make some few stunning reflex saves as well. No doubt about it. Although they were ruled offside, but his reflexes were still there. But those mistakes going into UCL knockouts, I mean, I don't see if Madrid or PSG or Liverpool or any side in at this point of time. These mistakes, it really might reflect bad on his legacy. I really don't.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, I mentioned in the group, just uh, as soon as the fourth minute incident happened, like I mentioned in the like we should be starting against Madrid if he's fit. We know that won't happen, but ideally, like this should be his last year at Bayern, so I think he's won everything that needs to be won. He does not need to prove anything to anyone on top of it. So, uh, because till the time he's staying, he's not going to be second fiddle.
Yep,
So,
yep, yep.
uh, we're only blocking the pathway for Ulbik, because like Ulbik again, like he's brilliant, but I also think he has still very few areas of improvement also. So those can only get better like when he starts playing regularly. So I mean the staff will be able to analyze things better. They'll work on. Otherwise, we're just slowing down the entire process. Like keeping a half perfect Neuer playing Orbigis coming on, getting some of his moments. He makes a mistake in one of those moments, and then we are back to again Neuer. So it does not. I don't see this cycle
It
helping the
breaks the
club.
rhythm of the goalkeeper as well, because
Exactly.
goalkeeping position is a very rhythmic position, to be honest, because you don't, especially with FC Bayern Munich, who dominates the ball so much. There are only few moments in the game where you have to stand up, and those moments really define you. So I'm actually worried right now with Neuer starting in the goal for FC Bayern Munich in the UCL
Yeah,
knockout.
yeah, absolutely. Like on UCL, I'm absolutely very much worried. In fact, uh, right now on the ball, I think Rodriguez seems to be better, especially at launching counters and uh,
Yeah, his long ball. Yeah,
long ball accuracy is very much on point, and those come from both of his legs. It's
yeah,
right leg, left foot. So wherever he's launching, he's finding a play. So we don't see that with Neuer anymore. Like Neuer these days, you'll find him in moments when he's hesitating, he'll just put it out for a nearby throw. We have seen this few times in the past. So that same level confidence also does not exist anymore. So, yep, I mean,
but
I definitely would not want
yeah,
Neuer in goal on Tuesday, and definitely not the starting goalkeeper next season onwards.
for sure. I mean that is a tough decision which we have to make. But having said that, we did pull really, a heist in the Black Forest. Go, I mean,
Absolutely, like
2-0 down till 80th minute. I knew we looked down and out, but carried to Bishop. He started that,
it
recovery for us with those goals, and then
straight to Bishon. I think this also kind of falls on the coaching team. Also, I think that they've in that mentality has been instilled like till it's not done.
it's not done.
So
Yep, yep. I think
the
that's
clock is
that's
ticking. The clock is ticking. You still have chances and opportunities to score. So
that's what
go for it.
matters in the UCL as well. You have to keep fighting, especially our side of the bracket is so heavy. Firstly, Madrid. In case we get past them, it would be PSG versus Liverpool. Again, two battle-hardened sides. So it is going to be uh, very uh, tough for us. So we need to have that.
Absolutely.
We need to, and we really have to. I really hope, I really pray that XG gods do not come to haunt us, because we have been overperforming our XG
On,
like anything.
on top of it, if Harry Kane is not playing, we are potentially screwed.
Yeah, that's a tough part. So I was looking at the other match, West Ham versus Leeds. So Starch has got injured. So talking from the national team perspective, do you think these performances of Bishop will put him in that World Cup lane?
I mean, Julian Nagelsmann has been making very dicey calls, and if I were him, I probably would have had Urbig as number one goalkeeper choice for the national team. Also,
But I
I
mean,
think
credit him,
he's
that we can escape, give him a leeway, because Urbi got injured at a very crucial point of time, so he was.
correct.
And
Yeah, I
but yeah,
mean that is it. Tom Bischoff may get a call, may not get a call. The point is, you have to remember at this point of time, Pavlovic was replaced by Angelo Stiller.
yeah,
So it can be like start will be replaced by Stiller
much
again.
better. Yep,
So
yep. I don't know what again Julian Nagelsmann seen in Leon Goretzka. He doesn't have that physicality to
best
fight.
friends. That
Fight.
is best friend FC. So
I mean, he made us
we'll be
such a
digging up
brave.
here a lot of history.
No, I mean he made us such a brave call in 2024 Euros by dropping him.
I think again, like the eventually the PR thing, what
Yeah,
so many interviews and everything else. So
yeah, that's not a good thing. But yeah,
absolutely not. I mean, he's one thing that I don't like about Nagelsmann is he does not seem to learn from past mistakes. So
yeah,
he's very stubborn to ideas and keeps sticking to that. And
yep.
I think that actually
Not
probably
not
stops
not
his overall.
playing his criticism of Dennis Unda after the game, after he scored the winner.
Absolutely.
That was such a horrible thing to do. I really didn't like what he said then.
No, no, absolutely. That is absolutely very bad statement from a
Coach.
coach.
And when especially, in terms of prestigious positions, people say it's a second most prestigious job in Germany after their
Correct.
chancellor. And then you make such demoralizing statements on a player who has been in such a beautiful form. 18
He even
goals with a,
scored. The point is, he even scored on that day, so
yeah,
you
he
can
doesn't.
cut in the slack. I mean,
So we will be keeping a close eye on national team performance because this is a World Cup year. Let's see how that goes. But having said that, we have a huge nerve-wrenching game on Tuesday. So hopefully we'll
yeah,
try to.
absolutely, it's very. And it is one of those games where blood pressures will rise and you
Yeah,
can't do much about it.
exactly, man. So let's hope how that goes. So we'll meet again, Supro. Hopefully for that game, we are
Sure.
planning to do something. To our like just a message to our followers. We're planning to do something for that game. So let's see how it goes. Till that time, take care. Mia san Mia.
Yes, and yeah.